Right, hello everyone, I'm Ed and I play bass. Today is going to be me looking back at the year that's just gone from sort of my perspective, as well as sort of looking to the year ahead and what I plan to do. So this year for me was, there isn't really any way to put it, it was awful. A lot of things that could go wrong did go wrong. I don't particularly want to go into a lot of details because that's personal, and also I don't really want to bore you either. I am very grateful and thankful that while some of my family members and some of my friends, granted nobody in my household, they did test positive for coronavirus. Those that did, and it was very few of them, all seem to have recovered. I know some people haven't been as lucky in that regard because this year was just really start to finish terrible for a multitude of reasons which you don't need me to explain. It's been fairly obvious that this year has been terrible for a lot of people. It felt like almost everything that could go wrong did. Say almost. Some things did go right, thankfully. Not a lot, but some things. Though, to look at some of the positives, I also finally managed to finish my dissertation. My extension was granted, because the department in my university were giving sort of blanket approval for anybody who asked for a deadline extension. Mine was extended to 18th of December, I believe it was, so a couple of weeks ago now. I did manage to get it finished by then. I won't know the mark probably until about February or March. At least that's when I expect to get the mark. I'm also glad that I, myself, didn't test positive for coronavirus. So for those of you who don't know, I am diabetic, and that puts me in sort of one of the higher risk categories when it comes to COVID-19, because diabetes suppresses your immune system, which is great fun. It's worse now that you've got coronavirus going around. Good God, I hate white wine, but I'd like to thank my friend Wenner for getting me that bottle of white wine for my birthday back at the beginning of the year. I hadn't opened it until now because I don't really like white wine, but I appreciate the gift nonetheless. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. Despite that I still maintain that this year was terrible for me, it could have been a lot worse. Well, enough about talking about this year. Looking to the year ahead, I do plan to upload more. I wanted to upload more this year, but sort of, as it turns out, doing a master's course does take up a lot of your time. Which, I was expecting, to be honest. It's not that I didn't have free time, because I did. The problem was that the course drained a lot of my energy and motivation, so I just didn't really have the motivation to make videos. So now that that's finished, hopefully I will have the motivation. Also looking to the new year, I'd like to start recording music. I don't really have software to do that at this precise point in time. I have Audacity, it's what I'm using to record my audio now, which works, but I guess it's really basic. Probably not the best thing for recording music. I also either need to learn how to play the drums or get drum programming software. I've considered buying FL Studio, but again, I'll need to ask sort of people I know, and also I need to sort of bring the ideas together that are in my head to form songs to record, because it's just pointless having all this equipment and software and then just having no ideas. If you have any recommendations for software to use, or for programs or applications, whatever, just feel free to let me know. I'm completely open to suggestions and ideas because really I know basically fucking nothing about this. I'd like to do different kinds of videos. I know I do a series where I try food and drink, and those don't really seem to be as popular, which is understandable because they're not super interesting. I'll find a way to be more lively and entertaining, generally speaking, because this video is probably really boring right now, especially as, well, I don't know what it's going to be like with cuts, but I've been sat here recording for about 12 minutes. I'm currently editing a video that I did with my friend Alex, where we went through the Sonichu Wikipedia and just reading various pages from it. I don't know if I'm going to end up uploading that video because I'm not sure how much material in it is actually funny. We recorded for half an hour, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have half an hour's worth of content. So stay tuned for that, maybe. Other than that, I don't really have... I think I've said pretty much everything that I wanted to say. I hope people have had at least a good holiday season, whether that be Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whichever holiday you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate any, I hope you've had at least a last good couple of weeks of the year, because this year has been so tiring, and so draining and so awful that I just want it to end. And before anybody says anything, I know that just because a new year starts doesn't mean that it's going to get better, or that the 2021 is going to be better, rather. But just please let us hope. Right, anyway, so thanks for sitting through my rambling for Christ knows how long this video actually ends up. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays and all that. Happy New Year, and hopefully I will see you next time. Rock on. Hello there, LG. It's really bloody cold in this room, isn't it, LG? Good sleepy boy.